Hello everybody, welcome back to another video with Lim Reviews. Now in today's video, I'm very excited to share with you more of my first impressions with the Honor Magic VS that was just launched a couple of hours in China. Now if you are curious about foldable phones or if you are just wondering about what foldable phones can bring to the end user, well let me share with you all about this brand new foldable phone. But first things first, whenever I speak to my friends or even my family about foldable phones, the thing that comes to their mind is all about how heavy it is, how thick the device is, and how difficult it is to use on a daily basis. Well, Honor is actually here to try and solve all that with their improved updates. So what is really new about the Honor Magic VS? Well, I must tell you honestly speaking that it does look very similar to the original first gen Honor Magic V, but there are a couple of improvements that makes the overall user experience even better. So I'm going to start off with the first impressions about the weight, the design and all that. Now design wise, it actually looks quite similar to the Honor Magic V first gen, but the main difference here is what I felt when I lifted the device up for the first time. Now the weight here is significantly reduced compared to the first gen. It is about 30 grams lighter, coming in at just 261 grams now, and this is actually one of the lightest foldables that you can find in the market today. It even undercuts the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 4 by a little bit, so that's actually quite impressive here with the Honor Magic VS. It's always very important to have a lightweight device, especially since you're going to be carrying it most of the entire day. Now the second thing that I want to share with you guys about the first impressions with the build and all that is that it's also a very slim device. It is super thin on the edges. The entire frame is just so slim, guys. Again, this is very important because most of the times, if not some of the times, you're actually going to be closing the device, and if you put it in your pocket, you don't want your pocket to have such a huge bulk. Even if you're not putting it in your pocket, you're just putting it on the table or just carrying it with you, you don't want that huge bulk, and I think Honor did a great job here by keeping the entire foldable device very slim even when it's folded close. So that's again another thing that I really love about this device. Now the third thing here, Honor is saying that they have updated the hinge on the Honor Magic VS, and basically previously they used about 92 components, now it's just dropped down to 4 components. Long story short, based on my personal user experience, I think that the hinge is now very smooth. What I mean by smooth and seamless is that whenever you open the display itself, it is actually super easy to open, but it does not feel loose. Some phones, some foldable phones, I noticed that when I try to open it, it's actually quite tough to open. It's very tight, and I think that Honor found the perfect balance here between the tightness and the ease of use to open the phone itself. So I think that's great here about the Honor Magic VS, because sometimes when you're just browsing on your device with it closed and you want to switch by going into the tablet mode, you want it to be very seamless and easy to do that. Just like when you open a laptop, you want to be able to lift it open with just one finger. Alright, so that's just in terms of the build, the form factor and the design. Another key important update here on the Honor Magic VS is in terms of its battery. Again, moving back to the problems faced by a foldable phone user, basically, we always have 2 displays, one on the outside and one on the inside, and this eats up a lot of battery. So this time round, Honor actually improved by increasing the size of the battery without increasing the thickness at all. So I think that's pretty awesome here. We do get a 5000 mAh battery compared to 4000 plus, if I'm not mistaken, the previous gen, and it's also higher than the one on the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 4, so you can expect to have even better battery life here with this foldable phone, even if you are switching constantly between the display on the outside and the display on the inside. So again, very excited to try it out in depth. Right, so those are just in terms of the build and the feel, which I think is one of the main things that we actually see for a user here. But let's talk a little bit more about the specs. A couple of specs has actually been improved here. Now you can't really find a spec improvement in the displays itself. It still comes with that 90Hz display on the inside and a 120Hz display on the outside. I still like the layout, the aspect ratio of the external display. It is similar to something of a traditional smartphone, unlike some other foldables which have a very narrow kind of display on the front, which makes it very difficult to use. So again, good thing here with the aspect ratio. Now other than that, in terms of the processor, we are seeing a slight bump compared from the first gen. It was using a Snapdragon 8 Gen 1, it's now using a Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1. In terms of your RAM and storage configurations, it goes up to 12GB of RAM and 512GB of internal memory. Pretty strong numbers there. And in terms of the camera department, it comes with a triple camera setup, which is now being led by their latest Sony IMX800 54-megapixel sensor. So it's a lot of enhancements and slight improvements made basically to make the overall user experience a little bit better for foldable phones. Now at the end of the day, My question to you here is really about whether you might be purchasing a foldable phone in 2023. So I think that the Honor Magic V SE is really pushing the boundaries of foldable phones, is giving it a better user experience, which these days is more important than just a spec bump. So actually I'm very excited to actually hope and look forward to actually trying the device out in more in depth. But for now, if you guys do have any further questions, feel free to leave a comment down below so I can try to answer them for you. And of course, thank you for watching today's very quick first impressions on the Honor Magic VS. In terms of the pricing, it's also already announced in China. I'll leave some information down in the description box below so you can find out a little bit more about that. With that said, thank you for watching again today's video, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next one. Stay safe everybody. Bye!